Hello, my name's Roy Clayton and I want to welcome you to day 2 of my 10-day email course, which I'm calling the Law of Traffic Attraction. I hope you've noticed I've added a workbook, which I'm sure you will find very useful. You'll find that as you go through in your emails, and the emails will show you where to look to find the workbook, which I'm sure you're going to find is extremely useful. So we're looking forward to day 2. So this is the agenda. We're going to look at module 1 of the 24-hour ranking system. In day 1, we looked at the 4-day Google ranking challenge, which was a sort of precursor to this more in-depth teaching of the same subject, really. So how can we claim these free Google ads? What are these free Google ads? The hidden gold mine that everyone is ignoring. How to guarantee success. And when you see the real figures that people don't tell you of how many people don't succeed, then how can we guarantee success is a big one. And then free and paid traffic. Why, whether we should choose free or paid traffic. And then finally looking forward to day 3. So this is the module 1. This is sort of a brief introduction as to what you're going to see in module 1, which I'm sure you're going to find is a really good module. So we're going to start here. So this is YouTube. What is the power of YouTube? You know, we've got high conversions with the power of 3. What is the power of 3? Well, the power of 3 is basically a way that Paul Murphy teaches to use 3 words. So combine things, and he explains why that is so powerful. So guaranteeing your success by protecting the downside. We're going to go into that in a second, but that is so important. And then free versus paid traffic. Why we need to choose free traffic and why we need to avoid paid traffic. And we're going to dispel the myths. I mean, there are some incredible myths. So yeah, there's a list of things here that the teaching goes through, and you can see that there are some extremely important things that we need to understand about YouTube. But let's move on to why it's important to protect the downside, why this is important. So there's a story about Russell Branson that when he had Virgin Records and he wanted to move into an aircraft business, you know, owning aircraft like he has today, that the employers were very concerned that he would invest all his money in aircraft and they would all lose their jobs basically, and the record company would go bust. But what Russell Branson did, he didn't buy the airplanes, he rented them. And what he was doing basically is what's known as protecting the downside. So even if everything goes completely wrong, his record company would have still survived because he just had he was only renting, and he wasn't basically putting all his money and risking all his money from his record company into his new sort of business venture. And there's a bigger story to that. There's more details to that, and I think you'll find in the teaching it gives a bit more of the story. But it's an incredible lesson on what we need to understand. Why we need to choose free ads and not paid ads is one of the reasons. But so why is everybody failing here down at the bottom? You know, ad prices have increased massively over the last few years. You know, there's too much competition. Ad accounts are getting banned as well. You know, ads are not getting approved. I mean, look at number 5 here. 540,000 new businesses started last year, and only 1% succeed. That is a stat that you won't hear advertised too much in marketing. But why are they failing? Well, I think the Richard Branson story explains some of what's happening. You know, it's because people just run out of money or, you know, go above what they wanted to spend and they just give up. I think that's part of it. So you'll find that this 24-hour ranking system doesn't do that. It gives you some absolute pure gold, but what it doesn't do is get rid of all your cash, and then you're left with one decision really, which is just don't continue. You don't need to do that with this system. This shows you how to get in front of actual buyers, as this number 6 says, and you can make a profit. Most people can't make a profit, but you will make a profit, and it won't cost you anything really. I mean, the Paul Murphy explains how he basically hasn't spent very much money on ads in years, and he's still made a lot of money with the way that he does things, which is basically this way. So this is basically a slide to convince you to choose free as opposed to paid ads. This slide at the bottom is sort of an interesting slide really. If you end up with ads, you do need deep pockets. You can see all your money goes on ads, and then if you do make a profit, if you do succeed, you're left with either a deficit anyway or very, very little profits. Whereas everything's free, if you do make a profit on that, then you're going to make a big profit. And if you fail, well, then what have you lost? You've lost time and and not too much else, and then you can just go and try another business venture. And this slide alone, this is obviously part of the teaching in module 1. It's just pure gold. Some of the things that Paul brings up in the teaching and some of the things that you learn will be so valuable as you move forward. So that's in a nutshell. That's a sort of a quick overview of day 2. We're going to tomorrow we're going to move on to day 3, which is module 2, and again more and more gold. Just quickly going through everything. Obviously, I'm giving you access to this 24-hour ranking system for free, and you can go through these, and I hope you do, in more detail. But hopefully this will give you sort of an appetite to look at more. But we do look forward to day 3. And I just want to finish with a wise saying. So today's wise saying is, just one small positive thought can change your life. So, and we need to keep going to day 10. I hope you do keep going to day 10. Don't forget about my workbook, which is now in your emails. You'll see the details how to get it, and you should see it in some of the other areas where you can download the workbook or just view the workbook, whatever you want to do. But I do hope you'll find that useful. And I want to thank you for listening, and wish you a great day today, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.